Right, Campbell's comments out and about. Beautiful day here in the Goulburn Valley. Duncan McPherson, hello.
Fancy seeing you up here, eh? Because I don't get here often enough, but today's one of those days.
I may have been heading to Ballarat today and I got a phone call. Mark Barton's in town and we thought we'd go out and catch up with a few of the people. Great to catch up with him in person and have him here on the farm checking out some of the yearlings.
Yeah, look, Mark rang me and I said, he's been locked up in New South Wales for a while, and I said, we're always very proud here at Aldebaran Park to access the property for people to come and have a look. And Mark said, could he come round and have a look at the yearlings and familiarise himself with Aldebaran Park? So it's an absolute pleasure for Mark to be here and, of course, your good self.
I just changed things up. It's all good. 4 yearlings there in one paddock. I presume they were all colts. They may not have been. You're going to correct me in a minute. But lovely types. Are you looking forward to the sales this year?
Yeah, look, I mean, we always look forward to the sales. We've had a really good run with our sales horses over the years, and I was talking to Peter Wharton, who does all our journalistic work here last night, and I think we're up around 7 or 8 group winners that have come out of the farm in the recent years, and we've got every reason to believe that the draft that we've got this year is as good as any, and we always try and upskill our genetics here, and genetically they're probably the best bunch we've had. So a couple of Aldebaran Eagles in there, and obviously he's got a resting place around the corner here. But he's already had, I think, out of his 8 foals, he's had 3 to the races and 2 winners already. So, you know, he's off and running, and the yearlings are here and looking really good. And when you consider that the Nutrien sales in April, then there's plenty of time to go. But no, they've cleaned up well out of them. Most of their winter coats are out, so we're looking pretty good.
The Aldebaran Eagle, I saw one win at Bendigo. I was fortunate enough to be doing the Elmore meeting, actually. It was at Bendigo. If anyone goes to look at the results up Tuesday, a week ago. Just trots like that.
Yeah, well, so does Dexter in Adelaide, who won the Parker Classic, does exactly the same thing. That's why our poster says, like father, like son.
Yeah. You'll have to update it because Paddy's horse is also very similar. So
yeah, no, we are actually. We waited. I said we're going to wait for Breeders' Crown, and then we're redoing our marketing and advertising as we head into Vic Bred, and then we'll redo it again after Vic Bred as we head into the yearling sales and get to the end of the season.
Nice segue. Anyone's wondering, he's time poor, which is good because this is not going to go for 20 minutes. This is going to be a record for you and I, 5 minutes short.
Yeah, I know that. I've said that.
Just said about Breeders' Crown just there before, and looking forward. We can look back. You can pick it up. It's a magic trophy. A lot of people want to be able to win it. You unfortunately weren't there on track, but Aldebaran Zeus done the farm and Aldebaran name. So proud.
Yeah, look, I mean, Zeus is a great story. His mother we bought in Sweden. We brought her out here, a wing and a prayer type thing. She's a full brother to Yield Boko, who we stand here as a stallion, and most people don't realise then that Aldebaran Zeus is his uncle is a dual Swedish Breeders' Crown champion. So Zeus we kept as a colt on the basis that he's a Muscle Hill related to Yield Boko, and we think that, you know, hopefully if we can continue on his winning way in some way, shape or form in the future, he's half a chance to be a stallion down in the Southern Hemisphere, which is really what Harness Breeders Victoria and Harness Racing Victoria are aspiring people to do, is to try and produce stallions that we can stand down here in Australia. Hence the reason there was a $180,000 colt at last year's Nutrien sale, so which was purchased, I think, by Aldebaran. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
I think that's the object of the exercise, and having Zeus went well as a 2-year-old. COVID hit, he got crook. He needed a long break. He really wasn't at his best nature-wise or health-wise, but he showed on Saturday night with a sub-27.5 quarter and a 12.2 200 coming up the straight when he had to duck down. He had the will to win and get to the line, and with his genetics and a bit more success, then hopefully we can enjoy his progeny in years to come.
Been targeted for success too, because when you watch the way that Lils and Chris go about driving him and preparing him, he's handing up in big races and all the rest. Might have been his undoing in the Derby because he got a bit too keen, but still been able to do it. There's a big future for this horse on the racetrack, isn't there?
Yeah, we think as a 4-year-old, because he was sick, a bit crook as a 2-year-old, his 3-year-old year's been like he's still maturing, and I think that his 4-year-old year's probably going to be his better year. But if he tried to do what he did the other night, you know, even in his 2-year-olds and early 3s, he wouldn't have settled like he did. So running on the helmet and teaching him to come out of the gate and then settle and do what he needs to do, it's a testament to Lils, the way he's trained him. And the horse has never not weighed in. And I mean, there's not many horses that can do that after their 2s and 3s and race at group level. So, yeah, we're pretty proud of him. And his mum's here, and his mum's actually down at, is she down there? No, she's here. I've got too many Swedish mares because we've just got another one arrive, as you know. But we've got something to look forward to. Mel and Danny broke him in and he was passed in at the yearling sales, and no one wanted him. So people say, why do you end up racing a horse like Aldebaran Zeus? Well, we go to the yearling sales to sell him, and if we don't think, in that instance, I think he was passed in at 24,000 and the service fee was 15 or 20. So it just didn't make economic sense, and we just rolled the dice. So we're very lucky in a lot of ways. So sometimes luck favours the brave.
McLean Boulevard, he'd be happy with the way you're going about that. Bendigo's coming up. I think it's going to be great because people are going to be able to get there. I know Bendigo are getting about it. I think it's the 10th of December.
10th of December's the Lang night. Yes, correct. To honour Gavin and Graham and, of course, the family.
Yep. There's a lot going on there, so we want people to be aware of it. Now, you said about international bloodlines and the likes. We actually had a look at a little mare out there in the paddock. I had to get Mel. Mel wanted to photobomb it the whole time. I don't understand that with Mel. I thought she was shy of the camera, but you keep trying. You'd be anticipating this foal being born in February a lot, I would imagine.
Late January, February. I bought Aldebaran Teal from Manhammer Stateri 6 years ago. She got really crook. Torben Jansen was her trainer and driver up in Sweden, and Torby's been down here and won a World Drivers' Championship down here, so he knows Australia. And we've had a good relationship, and Teal we bought, and then I decided to keep her up there. She won a race, she won up in Sweden and put a time on the board, and she's out of a mare called Jean Fille, who's left 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 crown winners up in Sweden. And her father's Going Kronos, which is he's a son that raced for Manhammer out of Viking Kronos, and Viking Kronos is ironically Yield Boco's, an excellent Boco's family. So we're just turning the wheel a little bit. But we bought her, we're on an arrangement with Manhammer. We half-own Teal with her, and she's in folder Who's Who, who's a stallion, racing stallion in America, who's the most winningest son in Sweden of Maharaja. So he's the group champion up there. So this will be the only first investment down in the Southern Hemisphere for them, for Manhammer Stateri, and we're very grateful to Margareta Wallenus and Johan up there for looking after us, and then by Who's Who. So if we get a colt, which is what our fingers are crossed for in late January, early February, then who knows? She's down here essentially to try and put some genetics down here that we can't have, and then race on and hopefully get a stallion opportunity in 5 to 7 years' time.
Any truth in the rumour that if you get a strapping colt, it's going to be named Campbell?
No, there's already one there. You already know that. So no, we've got Aldebaran Campbell, and he's a half to Aldebaran Walkabout, who we bred to American time and sent him over, and he won the International Stallion Stakes in Kentucky. So we've got that one's full brother here, and my father had all the horses named after Campbell and your good family. But I always said if we had a cracking foal somewhere along the line, that I'd like to, carry on my father's moniker, and so Aldebaran Campbell's there and square. So he's looking really good.
You got a big watch on your hand, which is lucky. You had to be gone by 11. It's ticked past 11. We could talk for a long time. Thank you very much for a little bit of time. Great to catch up with Mark Barton here as well. I'll be doing some more stuff leading into the sales probably early in the next year from here. I expect the roses to be in as much full bloom as what they are. They look magic, and funny enough, they're red and white. So
red and white for the swans. And and I just I do want to say thank you to Mel and Danny for the way they look after the farm here. It's a team effort at Aldebaran Park. I can't do it without them, and we keep trying to improve our genetics, and I think that the greatest race win for our family since 1958 have been in the game was Zeus winning the Breeders' Crown. As you say, I couldn't be there, but they win without you, as they say in the classics. But a very proud moment, and something that hasn't gone amiss. I went and saw him yesterday down at Lil's and fed him some carrots, and then I'm back up here at the farm today to congratulate the staff, and then we're all going out to dinner on Thursday night. So we've got to learn to celebrate our victories when we have them. They're few and far between, and I'm just very grateful for the work that everybody's done with that horse.
Shawnee represented the stable very well,
yes.
So don't you worry about it. Shawnee had everything. He had everything. I bet you he is. There'd be no show without punch, that's for sure. Sky Valley, Aldebaran, Eagle, Yield Boco, all standing here at stud as well. So don't forget those. It's still a very commercial place. You've got Sky Valley, one of the best value stallions standing at stud. So he has a great moniker. He says hot to trot. I got the other one. Campbell's are coming, so don't you worry about that. Duncan McPherson, thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Out and about with Mark Barton and Nutrien, having a look at some of the yearlings coming through the 2022. No good for me with false teeth. Yearling sale draft. Blanche Poole, firstly from Rhiannon Park, joins me. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. It's great to see you again, and thanks for the visit.
It's a nice day. It's a little bit overcast, touch warm, but for this time of year we've got to expect it. But beautiful raising conditions for your yearlings. They're all looking terrific.
Yeah, no, it's been an awesome year. So far we haven't even had to water. We've had enough rain to just get us through, and some more rain expected this weekend. But no, the feed's just been holding on nicely, and yeah, they're doing really well.
We're here to promote Nutrien and their sale and what they've got going on. I did an interview with Duncan McPherson, and he had this beautiful Breeders' Crown trophy as well, and we will touch on that at a minute. But you guys are yearling sale preparers. You've got 22 yearlings going through the Nutrien sale draft.
20.
20.
Yep.
You've also got a draft going through APG, a good draft of horses going through that as well.
Yeah, just half a dozen there. So yep.
So you've got a fair bit on your plate.
Yeah, a little bit.
Looking forward to it though, because it's staggered right out now with February for the Sydney through to April.
Yeah,
so
it's nice to have the smaller group going through early. That way, if you've still, like we will still be foaling mares down through till Christmas. Some are due in the new year, but usually they foal around Christmas. So it's just nice to get that out of the way. I'll still be scanning a few mares, breeding some. So yeah, I don't want to do a big group of yearlings at that stage. So it's really nice to get that break too in between the two sales. Like there's a couple of weeks there where we can just sort of relax a bit before we have to bring in the Nutrien ones sort of mid-February to be ready for April.
And a little bit going on, and you got mares and foals. I wear a couple of hats. One of the hats I wear is Woodlands, and I did happen to see just a nice little Bettor's Delight filly that might be a bit of a keeper that no one might be able to get their hands on going forward. But you've got some beautiful foals here as well, and some really well-bred stock, haven't you?
Yeah, look, we're really happy. We've sort of been progressively breeding a few more of our own and taking on a few less clients. We've just got the clients with us now that have been with us right from the beginning. But yeah, we're slowly increasing our little mare herd. But yeah, the little one you were talking about's a Bettor's Delight out of our good mare Slip Slop Slap, which is the mother of Jillaby Kung Fu. So yeah, we're a bit stoked that it was a filly.
I had to be a bit careful because I wasn't sure if I was allowed to say it or not. And I will say, Hughesy, lovely type of filly. You must get up here. You got some sweet loos here as well with some very interesting markings. Very different colours, that's for sure. And lots going along. Your draft, you've got a small draft of colts and then a bigger draft of fillies, but you've got good splattering through all of those, and a good splattering of sires going right through.
That's right, yeah. There's the old saying, there's something there for everyone, so I think there will be. There's some really nice ones, a couple for clients as well, not just our own too. But yeah, look, they've just come along so well this year. We're just really excited to be able to bring them in when we do and prep them up. It'll be great.
There's a couple of nice trotters by Muscle Mass. There's a really nice one that's a late entry or will be coming in very shortly. He's a half to alpha male, full
brother.
Full to alpha male.
Majestic son too.
Yeah.
Of Midas, Aleppo Midas. So yeah.
Saw him down there. Sports riders. You've got a couple of cracking types of sports riders, haven't you?
Two really nice fillies, and they're just really athletic, leggy types. Like one's a little bit smaller than the other, but they're both that athletic type, and yeah, I'm really happy with them, really happy. So one is like a half sister. I don't know if many people remember him racing, but Charlie McSheen. So yeah, she should be.
Plenty of people remember him, including Craig Demler. There's not a worry there at all because he was one of his favourites, and even Teddy Demler. I think it was nearly the last horse Teddy trained, was it? Did he even train him? He might not have. Jeff might have trained him straight up. I don't know. Yeah, he raced in Teddy's colours. I do know that much. Yeah. I can remember all those things going along. One of the picks, I suppose, of your mob, you can be self-indulgent here, is the Father Patrick out of Gypsy Flair. Yeah. Were you humming and hawing as to whether to put this horse into the sale?
Yeah, we were. Originally we thought, we won't put her through, we'll just keep her ourselves. But, bank balance, all of that. So she's going through the sale. She'll be eligible for the sale. We're not going to give her away, obviously. But yeah, hopefully there's some interest there in her. And yeah, if we end up bringing her home, we certainly won't be disappointed.
People that may not be aware, she's a half to Bangles. But she's also, and the rest of the maternal family even past that is sensational. Yeah. But she's a full to just a bit touchy, who was sensational winning the Breeders' Crown on Saturday night.
I know. We filled a couple of buckets of tears, I can tell you.
What does that mean for you guys? You've got a good draft. You say you've got, getting more and more mares around you. You've got a good draft. But what does it mean to actually breed a Breeders' Crown winner, and even maybe a gate that you probably weren't as entrenched in as what you are now?
Yeah, it's pretty emotional. It was just, just the way she won too. Like, she was just so strong and so fast, and yeah, it makes you appreciate what you have at home, but it also gives you a buzz because you believed in the family, you believed in the mare, and you know, you've chosen what stallion she's going to go to, and then you get a couple of nice fillies like that, and it just makes it all worthwhile. does
indeed. And I actually got to see the next crop, hopefully going through the Nutrien sale, but I mean, you got to decide that. But it's a Volkstead filly as well.
Yep.
Beautifully marked and also beautifully grown out.
Yeah, she's going to be a little ripper, that filly. She'll certainly stand out in the sale. She'll have 4 white socks and a big white star, but yeah, she's cheeky too. So yeah, she's nice as well. But we were really hoping for a colt, but maybe next year.
Well, Volkstead's coming back next year. I wear many hats. Harassed trotters, they've got behind it Pat Driscoll and what they do with the trotting series as well. And I believe Volkstead is coming back next year. So
yeah, that would be awesome because we really like that horse. So yeah, hopefully he does come back.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things. They got Frozen Seaman as well, and it's great their commitment, and it makes it even, I suppose, more enticing with the draft of trotters that you've got. Like you've got Alpha Male. You had one other one up there that was beautiful. Well, they were all lovely.
The muscle mass one from Belsu. So it's a nice, really nice type as well.
So people then they become commercial. Like 10 years ago, trotters weren't commercial. Now everyone wants them, and people like yourself that want to sell them, you want to breed them, and people want to buy them and be able to race them.
That's what makes the fillies attractive too, because it's a growing industry, and we didn't have a lot of trotting mares a few years ago, but now the trotting mares are starting to come to their own. So yeah, it's a way to buy a nice mare as well for later.
I recommend anyone, if you haven't looked up the family, sit down on your computer, take your time and go back through it, because it's just winners. And it's just an amazing lot of family. Barry Alford, Russell Thompson. There's so many people that can say thank you to that family. It just keeps going. And now Emma and Clayton are probably in the same boat.
Yeah, exactly. And we really we were lucky. Everything just fell into place for us for that particular breed. Like the little mare, I don't know if people listened last time, but that little mare, Gypsy Flair, she was born, my dad had passed away, so I'd gone to the funeral. Well, Dean and I had both gone, and Dean's dad and sister were here looking after everything while we'd gone, and they foaled her down, and Dean's dad, because of the way the family was, it was mostly boys that were the good ones, so he was pretty much saying to Lisa as the mare was foaling, if it's a filly we might as well put it back, like it won't be any good. But she did have one race start, but galloped, and then from then on she just wanted to gallop all the time. So we were just told she's too valuable to flog around, just put her in the breeding barn, and we did that and backed our chances, and look what it's done. And
then she leaves fillies.
Yep.
And I'm sure you probably want a colt, but you don't care, because it doesn't make any difference when they come out.
Exactly.
It's one of the oddities about breeding, why we do it, isn't it? And where it's fun.
Yeah, that's right. That's what makes it fun.
It is indeed. The Nutrien sale, of course, February and April, spaced out. Going to be good. Good to have Bardo here having a look around.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's really nice that they touch base, come and have a look at them, have a chat, sort of get a feel for what you think you might want for them come sale time. They can give you a few pointers too. If like they might come to someone's place that may not have prepped yearlings before. They might not know whether they've got them up to scratch, and they can give them a few pointers and steer them in the right direction as far as feed and how they should be looking. But he said he was pretty happy with ours, so hopefully.
I must say, I think they look a treat. If people want to come and have a look at these yearlings, when can they start touching base with you and come and have a look?
Anytime. We're happy to, even now. If you want to come and have a look at them while they're in the paddock, that's easy. We'll just take you down. You can have a look in the paddock. It's cool. But they'll be in the Nutrien ones will be in mid to late February.
Put a line through a couple of hours, because there's plenty to look at, and it's a beautiful farm, and well done. Blanche, thank you very much for joining me. Congratulations for the win on Saturday night. I think it was terrific. Well done to yourself and Dean.
Thank you.
Dean should be up here in front of the camera, don't you think?
Yeah, I know. He can talk the leg off the chair, but he won't talk.
Tried to tell me he's got early onset of Alzheimer's. I think that's just so I don't get him up here, but he knows his pedigrees and he knows it. Well done to you guys. You're doing a great job, and good luck at the sales. But it won't be the last time I'll be here, so don't worry. Thank you, Blanche.
Thank you. See you.
Well, out and about again for Nutrien. I always leave my sunglasses up on my hat. Garry, Hawthorn, how are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah.
Got to put the microphone up a little bit.
I'm good, thanks.
It makes it a bit easier for me, but you're fine. We're here at Galthorn Farms. Yep. Yourself, is that it? Galthorn Farm?
Yeah, that's what we trade under. Yeah.
Beautiful farm.
Thanks to Alan Head.
It's a lovely farm. Got a lot of history about it and all the rest. And you got some nice stock on the place.
Yep. Yeah, good stock.
You're not going to say a lot to me, are you? You're not going to give me a lot.
We've got good cows, we've got good horses, and we've got plenty of hay to sell.
Right, I'm here with Mark Barton. We've been looking around the place, looking at your draft. You've got 7 yearlings going to the Sydney sale for Nutrien this year. Firstly, are you looking forward to going to Sydney?
Hopefully it's a lot better than the last couple of times we've been up there with APG, but we haven't taken a real good colt up there before, so this year we've got 3 real good colts to sell up there, so it should do.
And I'm getting corrected, and rightfully so. There's 5 going to Sydney, is that right? And
That's right.
And 2 fillies going to Melbourne later on.
Yep, 5 colts and 5 horses, 3 colts, 2 fillies.
We'll get it right. We'll get it right eventually, so it doesn't matter. Lovely types, some sweet loos down by the seasides, beautiful types of horses.
Yep, well, Mark did us a really good deal that year, and we were a real fan of Sweet Lou. And we were a fan of Huntsville. And when they didn't bring Huntsville back, then down by the seaside fitted the bill. So we bred to him as well. So that's nearly that whole year was those 2 horses.
How have you found the Nutrien experience?
Yeah, Mark's all right. Yeah, he's a stock and station agent. Old school. Yeah, probably a lot of horse people don't realise that, but you know, he's been around cattle, he's been around wheeling and dealing, and he knows his way around people.
Yep.
And that's the difference.
And he comes up with cherries.
Yeah, he comes up with cherries too. But he got lemons in trade of.
Yeah, well, that's okay. It was a bit of a... We're in the Goulburn Valley, that's what you do, isn't it? You trade fruit for fruit.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the best way to work it.
Yep.
If people want to come and have a look at these yearlings, when will you be bringing them in, sort of start prepping them?
That'll be after Christmas. You know, we don't bring them in before Christmas, and this year, because we're a couple of weeks later with Nutrien in Sydney, it'll probably be New Year.
Yep. And then from that point of view, if anyone wants to come and have a look at them at some time, they can ring you guys and come and have a look.
They can come and have a look any time they like.
Yep.
It doesn't matter, you know, whether they're in boxes or out in the paddock. A lot of people like to see them out in the paddock better than they do in the boxes, so they see them in a natural state.
Yep. I can say I've been out there. I might throw up a couple of videos or photos up of some of the boys. It's a sort of take your life in your own hands a little bit, but they're lovely boys and they enjoy themselves, so that's always key.
Yep, they've got a few scars on them.
Yep, I haven't, and I was glad you were standing gate.
One of those sweet loos, I reckon, will be looking to be cut. He's a handful.
These are right. They're all lovely types, and they look.
They've
really
got a great nature, but he's full of himself. He's got plenty of spring growth on him.
Yep.
You know, they're all up nearly over 400 kilos now.
Yeah, they're good types.
So they've got a bit of size in them.
I recommend anyone wants to come here, have a look. Garry, thank you very much. You've enjoyed this, haven't you?
Yeah, a lot.
Garry Hawthorn, thank you very much, mate.
Yep, there you go.
Right, catching up now with Mark Barton after a day at the Goulburn Valley, getting out and about, having a look at a few of the farms. I've been with you today. We've been obviously here at Galthorn Farms, Rhiannon Park and Aldebaran Park. It's good to get out and about and see these horses. It must be good for you.
Yeah, it is, mate. It's been difficult with restrictions being based in southern New South Wales. We've found it hard to even get about in New South Wales in some parts. So to get back across the border has been the first time, and we've look, with the season we've had on horses, they've been outstanding. Really excited to see everywhere we went yesterday as well as today, and more tomorrow.
We all say it because we're selling horses. I haven't seen a bad lot today. Like, you don't see them. We see different sizes. There's no problems there, but just lovely types.
Look, I think the good thing about this time of year too is you're seeing a lot of the brand new foals on the ground out of the same dams of some of the yearlings we're selling, which is good. You're seeing that next generation of foals come through, but particularly never seen runs of fillies, regardless of what place we're on, just that are doing it so well. All these guys here in the Goulburn Valley that use water have done it naturally, and I think horses that can do it naturally, it's just a great start to life for them.
It's an amazing stat. No one's been using water, and we're almost in December. Yesterday, I know you went to Aldebaran. You also went to Northern Rivers. I think you caught up with Tony Peacock as well. Similar sentiments from yesterday. Yeah,
absolutely. Same thing. A lot of those people, they use water, to supplement. A lot of these horses, they get a little bit of help. It's an athlete they're breeding, obviously, and working with. But you're seeing, say, the likes of Kath McIntosh. Still got a few client horses to come in, but a lot of those horses are on site, and again, very busy breeding operation there too with the with the Northern Rivers Equine business. But some lovely horses. Aldebaran again, some wonderful paces, but some lovely trotting bred horses there too. But I think went to Tony's, and again fillies, on a little bit of watered, irrigated lucerne, and coming up really well.
Looking really, really good. One little thing, the catalogue's about to come out. We've got the online catalogue and it's still being tweaked, and we're getting feedback, and that's fine. We're getting to that. The online catalogue's going to come out. There's going to be a couple of A's. Now, this is actually just happening. It happened at Rhiannon Park. We got to see the alpha male colt there. He's going to be one of the A's. There is people that have just clerical errors. They're not late supplement. It's not like, we've decided we're going to sell them now. There's just been a few issues, and I think you said there's five so far.
We've told vendors what lots they've got, so some of those numbers have been promoted. Rather than confuse the market and reallocate a lot, we've got, I think, 2 in Sydney, 3 in Melbourne. There will be an A lot, so they'll actually fit alphabetically where they belong. But we do it that way. We've had, like I say, a couple of client horses where hadn't got through the system, or hadn't nominated it, or thought their handlers were going to do it, or vice versa. So we've got a few of those, and I guess the thing for us, we'll get the pages right, they'll sell where they belong, and I think what we'll probably do is make a point of those A lots, just that these horses are in the catalogue and they are A lots at no fault of the vendor, but we're there to promote them, and some pretty nice horses in them.
Yeah, well, I saw one today at Rhiannon Park. Beautiful draft of horses here. Again, Aldebaran Park, the first stop, 2 lovely types of yearlings and all race. All farms are open for inspection, so we encourage people to get around. Galthorn here, they're going to Sydney with a lot of theirs. Rhiannon Park, they're going to Melbourne. So there's flips of that. Aldebaran Park are going to Melbourne as well.
Yep.
So there's a good spread of where horses are going. So make sure you get out and start getting travelling.
Look, I was at Benstud this morning, and we saw the draft of horses there, and like Peter said, so all Melbourne-based horses. No, well, look, that horse's mother actually raced and did a lot in Sydney. So there's some of the Victorian Benstud horses going to the Sydney catalogue, and where Craig's based in Crookville, New South Wales, some of his horses are actually coming back down here. But same, Kath McIntosh, Lower Long Farms now, the new brand for the prep business. They're going to have horses represented in both catalogues. Monique Burnett's going to both. She's got horses prepped in both catalogues. Like we say, the Galthorn horses, really, really like the draft of horses here, and they've got horses for both. And again, they've kept a horse back whose mother did really well in Victoria, and they're sending a really good horse to Sydney, so that whose mother did well in Sydney.
Right. We're going to call it a day. I believe we're going to Ballarat tomorrow. We might be able to have a couple of interviews. We may do it in the same format. I might do it a bit differently. We'll just work it out. Looking forward to that. You're going to catch up with your young fella tonight, which will be good because you haven't seen him for a while with lockdown. But Nutrien, you're here to stay. You're out and about. People want to contact you. They have feedback on the website and all the rest. Get in touch with you guys. I'll put the phone numbers up from yourself and MEO, Mark Witherington. Get in touch with you and give feedback. But you're here and the sales are starting to hot up, and there's going to be plenty going on from now right through to the end of April.
Yeah, look, lot to happen. The catalogues, like I say, we held it back to get the Breeders' Crown stuff last weekend, and I think there was 40-odd page changes, so I'm pleased we did that. That was on feedback from vendors. With the website, we've released a new one. We are, for our benefit, to get access to it, the database of clients. We're asking people to register for the first time only, so that we've got them with a secure login. Then they can go straight to the catalogue. After the last couple of days, the quick link so you can get straight to the catalogue. We're going to try and fix that so it's at the top of the page.
Yep.
So people who've got feedback, good and bad, we want to hear about it, and we're a work in progress. We can only continue to get better if we listen and keep improving. But appreciate the support. 2 terrific catalogues of horses, and great to get back into Victoria after I think nearly 7 months.
It's good to have you back here. Jen's made us a coffee, so we better go. Jen didn't want to do the interview. Anyone wondering where she was dead against it. But I can promise before Sydney I will be having an interview with Jen and promoting her horses as well. So well done, mate. Thank you very much for today, and I'll catch you tomorrow.
Look forward to it.